What the hell's going on here, Rono?
Hello, Jay.
Not too often there's a Commodore on the dyno here, so I'm very curious.
Yeah, it's not really something that we specialise in. We don't see this every day.
No.
Although what we're doing is something that we do every day. So in this particular case, we're putting a Haltech Elite 2500
Yep.
into a VF R8 automatic with full integration and control.
So no wiring, nothing, just plug and play.
Plug and play. So that's the beauty of this. Now,
So you're saying, hang on, before we go any further. So are you saying literally disconnect this standard ECU?
yep.
Obviously this is a test loom, it's not finalised,
Yep.
but literally just plugging in the two plugs that come out of there
Yep.
into this,
Yep.
and you can start it
You can.
with no warnings, nothing on dash. Okay. And then what, it's got a base file in it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we supply, with our kits, we supply a base file for the ECU.
Yep.
That effectively has all the inputs and outputs assigned as per what our looms are. So other workshops and people at home and stuff like that, they can make their own loom if they choose.
Yep.
But they would need to change the IO on the ECU to match this loom, to match their loom. Yeah.
Right, G.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I suppose you might as well prove it. You can see that, yeah, there's no funny stuff going on down there. Oh, sorry.
That's the factory ECU.
Yes.
Out.
Okay.
So this is out.
Oh, so yeah, people can't say it's like a piggyback thing. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. And there's not two of them down there. No, there's definitely just two plugs there. All right.
So one thing to make note of, this is using our CAN gateway.
Okay.
So that's the important piece to this whole puzzle. It effectively takes the CAN communication that's coming out of the Elite,
Yep.
goes into the gateway, we manipulate that, and we send it back out and pretend that we're the factory ECU,
Ah.
and vice versa.
So that's how you make sure there's no warnings and like everything still works factory in the car, all the dash,
Yep, that's right.
aircon, all that stuff.
Yep.
Cool.
And then vice versa. So things from the transmission, like torque reduction,
Yep.
wheel speeds from the ABS, they basically come in on the factory CAN into this box, and then we convert it and send it to the Haltech.
True.
So that way the Haltech's able to see the wheel speeds and the torque reduction and all the other cool stuff.
Yep.
And and we're able to emulate a factory ECU so that the car's happy with no lights and doesn't whinge or complain.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So if you can do this with an Elite, can you do it with other ECUs?
Sure can. So we can do that with an M-Tron.
Yep.
We can do it with a Link. We can do it with the Motec. We can do it with pretty much any aftermarket ECU that has a CAN data stream and enough I/O to run a given engine.
Yeah, okay.
So like you can't, you couldn't use, an Elite 1500 or a 750 on a V8.
Yeah.
Because you just simply wouldn't have enough I/O.
Nah, it's too big of a honky donk.
It's your favourite engine in the world,
Oh,
Jack.
God, it makes me sick. Go on, start this puppy up.
All right.
Let's hear
I'll
this.
prove that it starts.
Yeah, let's see how good this V8 Thunder from Down Under sounds. I'm so excited.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, look at them warnings.
Yeah, look at all them warnings, Jake.
What the hell,
What the
man?
hell's going on there? We've got ABS on, we've got traction on, we've got everything on.
What?
Yeah, it's out of control, isn't it?
Should they actually be on or?
Yeah, so
Oh.
because the car's on the dyno at the moment, I've been on the dyno for probably the last hour and a half. The ABS light and the traction light comes on. They do that on the factory ECU and everything else because it effectively thinks I've been doing a half-hour long burning.
Oh, okay.
So the ABS wigs out. As soon as I drive off the dyno, we drive down the street,
Okay, sweet.
that's completely normal.
Cool.
Yeah. So in this particular case, automatic transmission. That's probably one of the big cool things about this particular setup.
Yep.
This is a 6L transmission, and effectively it has its own TCM,
Yep.
and we communicate with that.
Ah.
So we can control how this TCM shifts. We can choose basically shift points. We can choose how firm it shifts. We can choose, what happens when the torque reduction is required from the transmission.
Yeah, right.
We can do all sorts of stuff like that.
Jesus.
So it's pretty cool.
Far out, eh?
Yeah.
So it's that simple. Now, people are going to say, what's the benefit of doing this?
Okay, so on a stock car,
Yep.
not really much. Look, let's be honest. If you're running a stock car and you want to tune it, there's nothing wrong with tuning the stock ECU
Yep.
for making, a couple extra kilowatts. I guess the benefits of an aftermarket ECU really start to come out when you start really pushing power. So things like engine safeties and other bits and pieces. Now, a lot of factory ECUs can implement certain engine safeties,
Yep.
but not enough for when we really start to push power.
Yeah,
So let's
okay.
say we turbocharge this engine or
Yep.
put a big blower on it or something, and we wanted oil pressure safeties and fuel pressure safeties and safeties for lambda and all that sort of stuff. The factory ECU just doesn't have
Yeah.
a nice way to deal with all of that.
Yeah.
Where with an aftermarket ECU, it gives you that flexibility. The other cool thing is that it basically opens up tuning to a lot more people.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people don't know necessarily how to tune the factory ECU, but they may be, experienced with Haltech,
Yeah.
or Mtron, or
Link.
whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So yeah, in this particular example, it opens tuning up to a lot more shops. So
Yeah.
a lot of tuning shops, you got to think that they're running a business. So for them to learn a new platform, so let's say for instance they wanted to tune a Commodore, but they've never used HP tuners before. It might take them, say, 3-4 days to get their heads around how it all works and everything else. And let's be honest, if you're spending 4 days on a car tuning in a workshop that
Yeah.
you're trying to run a business, it's not going to be very profitable.
Yeah.
You're going to have to open the doors for very long. It's not going to work. So people that are experienced with Haltech, they can do a Haltech tune in 2-3 hours. This is perfect. They could be plug a Haltech in, tune it, away you go.
So what cars is this Gateway available for?
Okay, so for right now, as of right now,
Yeah.
we've got Evo 10.
Yep.
We've got 2015 to 2021 WRX STI. We've got the Toyota Yaris, and we've got the VE VF Commodore.
Yep.
Both auto and manual.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot more cars that are coming.
Yep.
And I would say within the next month to 2 months, you'll see probably at least another 10 cars added to that list.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
Far out.
effectively opening the doors for others to be able to access this stuff where they previously may not have been. Like I said, it may be a platform that was only available to one other ECU
Yep.
in the past. They may not have either wanted to spend, or may not have been that type of customer. Now they've got an ability to put a cheaper ECU or whatever it may be into these cars.
Yeah, right.
Something that they're familiar with.
Bloody hell.
Pretty cool, huh?
That is pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
So it's that simple, eh? You just plug it in and away you go. So, another thing,
Yep.
obviously everyone's going to want to know prices and whatnot. Is it best to state the price or should we just send them to...
Yeah, so you can either jump on the website or I can tell you the price straight away. So
Yeah.
basically we sell different levels of kits. So the most common kit that we do is our gateway module with
Yep.
a loom. And then that allows the customer to supply an ECU and stuff. We can supply ECUs, so we're
Yep.
Link dealers, Haltech dealers, Motec dealers. We can supply everything that you pretty much need. Or the alternative is we can supply the gateway and the loom. The retail price for that is $18.50 including GST.
Yep.
That comes with the base file, comes with the loom, comes with the gateway, all nicely packaged, delivered to your door.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
It's actually, when you weigh it up, the cost of wiring, it's actually quite genius, isn't it?
Yeah. It makes it an easy exercise. Like you think about it, if you're running a shop and you have to make that harness, you're going to lose days.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're at home and you've got all the time in the world and nothing else to do, sure, you can probably save yourself a few dollars to make the loom yourself. But at the end of the day, we can make a loom like this super, super fast. And it arrives ready to just
Plug in
plug in
and
start
play.
button, load it on the dyno and start tuning.
That's crazy.
And for those at home, the base file is good enough that you can put it in the car, start it at home, and you can drive it to your tuner.
Oh, cool.
Don't recommend going out and racing it or whatever.
Yep.
But it is good enough that you can put it in and drive to your tuner.
Yeah. So there you go.
The thing is, with our gateway, we are open to doing more cars for it.
Yep.
The key to that really is how many we can move.
Yep.
So I'm not going to spend a week of development time on a car that I'm only going to sell one of.
Yeah.
It's just not feasible unless you pay for that.
Yep.
If you pay for the time, not a problem. But if you come to me and you say, look, I want to take 10 of these units, if you can do this particular car for me, look, it's something we can talk about, that's for sure.
Cool. So there you go, guys. If you want to get yourself one of these crazy little gateways, hit up sales@powertune.com.au or give us a call. You either get Ryan, Rob, or myself, and make your life a hell of a lot easier. That's
what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's freaking cool. Far out. So there you go, guys. That's a wrap. This is the new PowerTune Gateway, and if you do want a certain car or whatnot, hit up sales@powertune.com.au or give Ryan and myself a call, and we can talk to you about other options and how far along other cars and developments are. So that's awesome. Well done, Rhino.
Thanks, mate. See, I actually do work here. I don't just gallivant, and jump on planes and...
Which he is again tomorrow or the day after. Jesus, tough gig. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you on the next one.